Good afternoon and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala. We got another matinee for the second week in a row. We are blessed.
I'll tell you what, this is a good gig. I kind of like these 1 o'clock matinees for softball and baseball, Jeff. But we're very fortunate to be here at the McGregor Field, Bay City Central, in the Pinconning area Spartans. We're going to have some special visitors coming to watch the game today from McGregor Elementary, right behind us.
The Mustangs will be here in force, and you'll be able to hear them before you see them. But we're starting with Casey Pashik-led team. First off, when you've got Casey Pashik, you have got consistency, longevity, instant name recognition, and credibility all wrapped into a head coach.
He's done a really nice job in all the sports he's coached up in Pinconning, Jeff. He's done it all. He's master of the baseball team right now. He's done a great job, and he feels really good about his team today. We talked to him before the game. He's young, but he likes where his baseball team is. He's couple games he's missed because of the rain, but who hasn't? So he's accepted that, and he's ready for a good game against Bay City Central tonight here at Central.
Anytime you can field 5 sophomores that have earned the right to play varsity, you've got a great start. But he's got 14 on the varsity, but he's got 14 very talented on the JV as well.
He really likes where this program is going, Jeff, and he's leaving those kids on the JV teams to get them some playing time, and he's brought some up, so he's got a good balance. Got a couple injuries that he's going to have to deal with today, but overall, you could just tell with talking to Casey, big smile on his face, liking this team, and he feels good about what's going to happen today.
Well, you talk about youth as well. Brady Neitzel has 4 sophomores up on his varsity squad as well. They're off to a little bit of a slower start, 2-11-1. But as I talk to him daily, he says we're getting better every day. We're cutting down on the mistakes. We're not beating ourselves. Now it's time for the timely hits.
Well, and that's a good way to approach it, Jeff. It's a long season. It's a marathon. It doesn't go by quick. And he's got kids that made mistakes early. They're learning from those mistakes, and they're getting better towards the end of the year. And that's good news when you're going into the state tournament.
I expect some runs to be scored tonight. Old Glory is blowing out right now, and I would say there's a lot of kids chomping at the bit to see if they can get a ball airborne.
Well, you know what? Don't overthink it. Don't overswing it. But if you get it up in that jet stream, guess what's going to happen? It's going to go a long ways.
You're going to be merry-go-round on the base paths. That about puts the wraps on our Covenant Healthcare-sponsored pregame show. Back with all the game action in just a moment on BCTV.
You step up to life's challenges. Covenant Healthcare helps you stay one step ahead. As the most preferred health system for orthopedics, we're leading the way with next-generation treatments like robotic-assisted joint replacements, advanced expertise for complex trauma injuries, and a personalized approach to sports medicine. With the largest orthopedic team, we're with you every step of the way. Choose extraordinary. Choose Covenant Healthcare.
Good afternoon and welcome to McGregor Field, site of this great Bay County battle between Bay City Central and Pinconning. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala, glad to have you along. The golden tones of Mike Vincent right next to us. And the first pitch of the game is strike one.
Back-to-back great days weather-wise, Jeff. We had a great day last Friday. Got a great day today, so we'll get this one in. Nice, hot, humid, little breeze coming out of the south, just what the doctor ordered for a baseball game.
Well, and then it's got to be a big day because the Golden Tablet is here,
boy.
too. So
I'll tell you what.
Lee Thompson in the house, so there is a little dribbler down the third baseline as Castilla gets ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Anytime you can get Lee Thompson in the house, you got a big game going on here at McGregor. Field's in really, really good shape also.
Just on the outside corner. And Lee is amongst many of us that says, I could take a lot of these 1 o'clock starts. That works good into my schedule.
We've had matinees the last 2 weeks, Jeff. We haven't had them in the 10 years we've been doing this, so really, really nice to get the game in at 1 o'clock.
Whoa, what a snap, Charlie, as that first batter of the game, Sheligowski, goes down. And it'll be Alex Rivard coming up second for Pinconning.
Also want to say nice touch by Coach Neitzel and Bay City Central bringing the elementary kids in from McGregor today. got a good crowd on hand here at McGregor.
Well, you offer them food and drink.
Well,
and,
no school.
There's no prodding and there's no bending of the arm.
Well, we'd come too for food and drink.
They never invite us, though. It's right down the middle, just a little in the dirt. Wyatt Stakoyak says, hey, we'll just get another one and send that one back to home plate.
2 balls, no strikes, just on your way here at McGregor Complex, Bay City Central, and the Pinconning area Spartans. Jeff, we look off to our right, and we got the girls softball and Pinconning playing over there. So we got a little double dip going on.
Yeah, those Pinconning girls coming off a Bay County championship a couple of weeks ago.
Well, that was a big win.
Stunning Garber.
And we've seen the Garber girls play twice, and tell you what, you beat that squad, you got something special for a team.
Yeah, that's the merry-go-round, as we put it. Ball hit the short, and by a half step out at first, Action Jackson Miller with the stretch from McGill. And it's 2 up and 2 down here in the first. In the second half of the Shelagowski Law Firm will be Alex.
Today for Pinconning, number 2, Alex Shelagowski.
And again, Mike, as you look, you said this field is plush. It helps to have had the amount of rain in the last week that we've had.
Whoa.
And it should stay green and plush for a few weeks to come.
I think they're saving money on the water bill. They didn't have to turn the sprinkler system on, Jeff.
That ball down the middle for a called or swinging strike 2. Shelagowski looked like that front foot might have been bailing. He thought he was getting a little curveball action, and that thing came right down Broadway. So now he gets the curveball. So Stakoyak takes a step out, and Jackson Miller can't quite keep the big toe on the base. So with 2 down, Shelagowski gets first base.
Yeah, tough break right there for the Wolves, Jeff, with 2 outs here in the top of the first.
When you've got that catcher making that throw, having to step out, it's still a tough angle with the runner going down to first base. But credit Shelagowski for hustling down. That ball to the backstop and advances Shelagowski to second.
Pass ball. 1-0 on Carius.
So Carius, first southpaw hitter. Again, that back foot just about on that strike zone line. A little bit of an open stance, though. That ball is hit into right field. And Paulino Perez is going to come up throwing that ball just a little bit wide. And advancement of the runner going to second base is Carius with a nice hit.
That was a really nice hit by Carius to get that through the hole, and good base running by the Pinconning area Spartans. They'll take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first.
And again, with that stiff breeze blowing in, you're not going to get a lot of long balls getting out of the yard today, but we talked about the softball field might be able to elevate a couple.
You get one up there in that wind, and it's gone forever. You might get one into the baseball field. That's how much it's blowing.
So Castilla right down the middle with called strike 1. 2 down here in the top of the first inning. Runner at second base for Pinconning, looking to add to their 1-0 lead. Boy, that's just a nice late breaking off-speed curveball. Really has tied up the hitters here in the first inning.
Mr. Everything for Pinconning, Ryan Kowalczyk. Jeff, we've seen him in the spring, in the fall, winter, and summer.
By a half a step at first base, as that will put it in to the top of the first. Back in a moment with the bottom of the first on BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood, or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
Back here on Bay County TV is Paulino Perez, the leadoff hitter for Bay City Central, and let's see how long they can keep those all-white uniforms white. Just on the outside corner of the dish, and I like the strike zone early on. It's
Yep.
generous and consistent.
You took the words right out of my yapper.
Well, you know, one of these days, Coach, I'm going to get up on your level. Look at Perez with a little Texas leaguer into left field with a great offensive start for the Bay City Central Wolves.
Good job by Perez, kind of fighting that off a little bit on the inside of the plate, kind of on the hands, Jeff, but enough strength to get that out to left field. And it's one on, nobody out for Bay City Central.
Sebastian McGill up right now, and Paulino Perez, one of those kids making great strides in the weight room with 50-plus other kids. And that's at 6 o'clock in the morning, Coach. You got to take your hat off to any situation where you can roll out of the rack at 5, be functional at 6, and get an hour of exercise in before school.
Well, after the next pitch, I'll give you a couple of thoughts on that, Jeff.
Is Paulino stretching that lead off first. Sebastian McGill with a swing at a pitch that may have just been a tad outside. He was anxious. He was looking to go to right center with that thing. He saw a big gap over there.
Gap out there, and center field's playing to the left side of the field. Good bunt by the Central player, and a little scoop over to Big Country from the Pinconning area Spartans for out number 1. But a nice job of small ball, as we like to call it, by the Bay City Central Wolves.
Well, Central playing small ball, but there's nothing small about Big Country Deserka. You don't have to wonder where the first baseman is on their team. He's in the neighborhood. You'll see him.
I talked to Mom about the grocery bill when we were up there for a basketball game. There's 4 of those kids over at Pinconning in that Deserka house.
All she can say is ouch.
Ooh, that's got to be about $250 weekly bill.
If she's lucky. She got to bring one of those boys along for the second cart.
Stocking up on Kellogg's and Cocoa Puff stock.
My. Up to bat for Bay City Central is Kine. Kine with a little well-placed dribbler.
Wow.
This could be trouble. Zerka able to pick that up. Paulino Perez on his way to third base. So a duck out in the pond with 2 down in the first inning for Bay City Central.
Kind of like a swinging bunt right there, Jeff. Puts a man on third base. And 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Reinke is the batter for Bay City Central.
And again, I look for a pitch. If it's on the outside third, I definitely think you want to try and go that way. And that ball is hit. And the wind just hold that thing up. The center fielder gobbling it up. Ryan Kowalczyk at the end of 1. It's Pinconning 1, Central nothing. Back in a moment on Bay County TV. So your car is getting towed and you're not sure where to take it? Try Village Towing and Auto Repair. Our expert mechanics are here to help assist you with all your repair needs. We have over 30 years of experience with motor vehicles, so you know you're getting the best work that you can find. Stop by the shop at 2377 South Huron Road in Cuckolin, or give us a call at 989-684-9607. Back here on Bay County TV, wave number 2 of the McGregor clan coming over for a little baseball.
That's probably the older kids, arriving fashionably late.
Well, the younger kids texted the older kids, hey, they got water over here and they got popcorn. Let's find a way to get down here. And look at them go.
They come running. Hold the Zerka up.
Well, they may have had to figure this out around lunchtime and stuff too. So maybe now that lunch is done with those kids being in school till around 3:45, they might come down here for a little dessert and a little high action.
A little popcorn, a little pop.
That's all good stuff. McGill or Castilla with the outside pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes on the big fella, Cole DeZerka from the Pinconning area Spartans. Watched him over the last 4 years, Jeff, and he's done a great job. Football, basketball, and baseball.
Yeah, he definitely
he's grown a little.
Played through some injuries, had a little knee issue, but that all seems to be better now. And just a great pitch by Castilla, up and away, and Big Country couldn't catch up to it.
1 away for the Spartans. Next up, the designated hitter, number 22, Owen Murray.
Owen Murray.
It's almost like we have 3 announcers with Hall of Famer Mike Vincent sitting right next to us.
I don't know if it's any coincidence or not, but they put Hall of Famer next to Hall of Famer.
Well,
they should have had a buffer in between all this royalty up
I'm
here.
about ready to get up and leave. I don't know if I'm worthy of sitting up
watch
here.
out. By next year, you could be the next recipient, brother.
Unless you're stuff in the mailbox.
Well, I think we know a way to make that happen. We got connections. Castilla with the windup and the pitch. Boy, he has got such great movement on that curveball. That one went a little bit low, but he has really got the batters guessing there when he throws that pitch.
2 balls, 1 strike on the Pinconning area Spartan batter. Whoa.
Just missed to the outside, and a pitch that had potentially been a strike earlier, but great take for the hitter.
Good eye.
That one just low as
Murray
Castilla
takes the walk.
might have held on to that just a little bit
One
too
out,
long.
1 out for Pinconning. Next up, the third baseman, number 28, Logan Taylor.
Logan Taylor coming up next.
Murray takes a walk as the designated hitter for the Pinconning area Spartans.
Well, he doesn't look like he's ready
No.
to steal. He's leaning back to first base. He does not want anything to happen to have that base runner erased.
Go back to what we were talking about, Jeff. I've been keeping up with the Facebook page on the weightlifting at that new weight room over at Bay City Central. And I'll tell you what a great turnout. Kids are showing up, working hard, and the numbers are good. And all that work's going to pay off come next fall.
Well, that is the goal and the plan, and it's tough to bring in a whole new system and expect great results the first year, but the kids are going to be a little bigger, stronger, and faster, and that is going to be a huge start. And they've got 2 very winnable games at the beginning of the year, and so
1 and 2
I would say
Taylor.
that their chances of at least getting a split, if not 2 wins early in the year, are a good possibility.
Yeah, it's good to see the kids, like you said, getting up early, then going to school and doing their thing, and it's fun to watch. And that weight room over there at Bay City Central, they have done a tremendous job of getting where the old pool used to be, getting that fixed up. It's really, really sharp.
Castillo from the set, snapping one off, and that one ended up being inside. Taylor gets a free trip to first base. Plus what they did is they put windows all along the walkway facing the football stadium, so it's really bright and clean and just vibrant in there. It's an atmosphere inducive to coming in there and working hard.
Weissman, the batter for Pinconning area.
That's a great start.
Another good pitch. 1 out here in the top of the second. Jeff, Pinconning area up 1-0, but 2 men on at first and second.
Got those 2 ducks on the pond, and there's a ball that's out of play. So Castilla quickly ahead, 0-2. Trying to get that.
Whoa! Can you hear the kids going for it?
Oh yes, it's like 12 seagulls going after one French fry
in McDonald's parking lot. Good pitch.
And there's a great important strikeout that for Castilla as Weissman takes a third strike.
2 down for the Spartans, and we're back to the top of the order with number 6, Colton Shelagowski.
So Shelagowski back up at the top of the lineup with 2 on, and
good block by
Wyatt
Stoliak.
just doing a great job of gobbling that up, and tough for that catcher to just throw your body in front of that ball. They say the padding's thick, but you still feel a thump.
Oh, he was going up with it.
That's what you call El Twitcho. That's all right, though.
He was ready.
Yep, I think he decided it was just a touch outside, and I think I agree.
Another good catch by Wyatt. Jeff, he had a really, really good football season when we watched him in the fall.
Just another really good kid, and comes from a great family.
Yep. And the opportunity before the game started, Grandpa was in the house. Dr. Ron,
ex-superintendent
had a really good conversation with him, and
We go so far back, he was my elementary school principal way back in the Stone Age.
I don't think they had school buses back then. I think there was horse and buggy, wasn't it?
Even if they did, we were told to walk. It was good for us. Oh, yeah, down Winona Street to what used to be the Yellow Church. Turn right, go 4 blocks, and you were in the lot. Ball just on the bottom at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Shelligowski.
He said they kept an eye on you from the minute you walked out the door to the minute you got home.
Well, there was no social media or anything back in the day, so we're very blessed by that. And I know, brother, based on some of the stories I've heard, you are too.
Yeah. Lucky to be here, right?
Base is jammed right now. Pitch just a little bit low. So
big pitch right here.
2 strikes. This
is a big one.
You want to make this pitch happen because otherwise the merry-go-round is all systems go on the release of the pitch. That ball down the third baseline and going to be a long throw to first. Action Jackson Miller with the stretch from Ranke. And they get out of the top of the second inning unscathed at the end of 1.5. It's 1-0 Penny. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
All right, welcome back on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Guazdala, glad to have you along. Nick Page, producing, directing, and filming. Mike, thanks some of our great sponsors.
All right, Jeff, once again, a great group, Covenant Healthcare, the Bay City All Saints Booster Club, Frank's Great Outdoors, the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame, Village in Action Towing, and Sandlot Sports, the official apparel provider of Bay County TV.
A little high and tight on that first offering. Bay City Central here in the bottom of the second inning, trying to get on the scoreboard to even the score or to take the lead. There's just a great off-speed pitch, just enough movement on it that the timing and the movement make it very tough for the batter to adjust. Out of the windup, right on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The old tie the shoe. Hey, you could have just called time, but, you know, if you look down and you want to make sure that that plant foot is good, you know, you don't want to blow out of your shoe as you try and ding this thing.
You got to make sure the puppy's laced up.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Curious just with a great pitch with just enough movement. Stakowiak down swinging, 1 down for the Wolves.
Well, we saw him warming up between innings, Jeff. He threw that pitch a couple times, and that was really looked good up here. So back to the top of the order, if I'm not mistaken, for Bay City Central. And that is Perez, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm sorry.
No, they got Castilla, the pitcher.
Castilla, the pitcher,
yep.
I'm sorry. Hard seeing that carbon paper from where I'm at.
Yeah, we got to tell Dr. Neitzel to push a little harder on that carbon paper, but maybe our peeps aren't what they used to be too. So there's a great look at a pitch, and the wind just kept it up long enough for Castilla to get out. Kowalczyk had a beat on that. Those are tough too, Coach, hit right at you.
Yeah, that's Ryan did a really nice job. Took a couple steps to his left, had the beat on it like you said, and did a nice job. 1 out here in the, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, and it's Pinconning 1 and the Wolves of Bay City Central 0.
Well, and Castilla, when he hit that, thought by all rights that that thing was going to drop, but it just got enough air that it was held up. And that ball hit right to the second baseman, over to Big Country to Zerka from
and at the end of 2 innings, the score
Caleb Wiseman.
Yep, so at the end of 2, it's 1-0. We'll be back for the third inning in a moment on BCTV.
Are you ready to gear up and stand out? Look no further than Sandlot, your local source for team uniforms, sports spiritwear, and more. Gear up with confidence. We've got your team covered from head to toe, ensuring you stand out on and off the field. And that's not all. Unleash your team spirit with custom spirit wear that roars success. Wait, it gets better. Introducing our free fundraising online stores. Effortlessly raise funds for your team while showing your pride. Customize your fundraising to reach your team goals. Get started online at sandlotsports301.com or at any one of our 3 convenient Great Lakes Bay locations. Sandlot, where quality, community, and apparel collide. Your team, our passion.
Back here on Bay County TV as Alex Shelagowski will lead off the top of the third.
Yep. Alex, he's starting right field for Pinconning. Had a nice talk with Casey Pashik, Jeff, before the game. He's got a bunch of youngsters on that Pinconning area squad.
Well, he's got 5 sophomores up. One of them dinged up his knee. And Castilla doing a nice job. He takes a couple steps to first, goes for the underhand toss to action Jackson Miller for 1 out. But, yeah, with 5 sophomores, when they're all healthy, all contributing on this club, the future looks bright for his Pinconning Spartans and also with Bay City Central with 4 sophomores up. So it's always great when the youngsters can get that playing time and the valuable experience to turn into leaders over the next couple of years. That ball is up in the air, and it's a little bit overcast today. Should be an easy ball to pick up as Paulino Perez just had that thing and had to just move a couple of steps. Wind is a little bit tricky, but when it's blowing straight in, you don't have that left-right dance.
O'Gorey out there in right center is blowing right into home plate, Jeff. 2 outs.
As Bublitz hits one in the gap, 1 hop for Trevor Sawinski as he quickly picks the ball up, and Kowalczyk with a great base hit to earn himself a spot on first base.
The first baseman, number 29.
Yeah, it looks like we have a new. Do we have a new pitcher for Bay City Central? Okay.
Carter Bublitz.
Carter Bublitz.
That's why we've got that Hall of Famer next to me. We missed that change.
Hall of Fame eyes, too.
He just comes a little bit low at the first, so we're going to have to find out who took second base for Bublitz as he moved into the mound. We talked to Brady Neitzel. Of course, I'm blessed with the opportunity to spend time with him early. Stokowiak with that throw down to second base, and just beating the throw is Kowalczyk.
Well, Castilla's the new shortstop.
I'm going to tell you why Kowalczyk stole that base. Would you like to be standing on first base with Big Country swinging the bat, or would you feel safer on second base?
I get to second base, no doubt. I don't need a line drive off the shin.
That's why he says, Coach, I'm fast enough to get out there. I want to be on second base if he tears into one.
I saw what he did on the football field. I don't want to be that baseball either.
It was purely speculation on our part, but I think it was a good educated guess.
As they say, he's a big fella.
He's a big one. As Bublitz comes up a little bit high, and
good eye by DeZerka.
He ends up with that trip to first base.
2 out, and next up, number 22, Owen Murray.
Owen Murray up with 2 on and 2 out for Pinconning. Kowalczyk just gets back, so nice job by Bublitz to set that up. And you know, you're sending a little message when you do that. You don't want them taking too big a secondary lead too early, and that way you got a shot if there's a base hit to get them at home plate just a little bit high and tight. Ball 1.
That was a tough one to let go right there.
Boy, as a hitter, that high inside pitch, there's really not a lot you can do to get your hands in and make a lot of contact with that. Right up over the back.
I saw where you dudes parked your car. You sure you're going to be safe back there?
I hope so. If not, I've got good insurance.
That $55,000 truck, I don't know if I'd park it back right behind the press box.
Well, I'm taking my chances. If it is, we'll be sending the bill to somebody. Bublitz with a great Curveball again. That change of speed and the late movement really has the pitcher or the catcher's just frozen at the plate.
By the side of the road.
See if he comes back to back. He goes, this is going to be tough. Look at Jackson Miller with a good
steal,
stretch.
With a good job, good arm. Getting that over to first base.
Head to the bottom of the third, 1-0. Pinconning back in a moment for the bottom of the third on BCTV.
Founded in 1991, the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame is dedicated to celebrating and preserving the history of sports in Bay County. From individual awards to entire teams, we strive to induct the best of sportsmanship and outstanding achievement at the high school, collegiate, and professional levels. We also recognize our President Awards winner yearly, which honors an individual who gives their time to benefit the local sports community here in Bay County. As of 2025, the Hall of Fame has inducted 263 individuals, 70 teams, and has awarded $149,000 in scholarships to local student athletes. Join us in November for our annual induction banquet honoring our latest class of Hall of Fame inductees. Visit our website at BayCountySportsHOF.com and like us on Facebook to keep up to date on all things Bay County Sports Hall of Fame.
Back here on Bay County TV action, Jackson Miller up first. And you remember he got injured early in that Central Western football game.
Yeah.
And he's got himself fully recovered and back ready to go for the baseball season. Good eye on that first pitch, low and outside, 1-0. Pinconning on top, 1-0 the count on Miller.
Ooh, that hit him.
Ouch.
Oh yeah.
Miller struck by the pitch.
I think he got him right on the hand, if I'm not mistaken, Jeff.
Yep,
Number 2, Carter Bubla.
he was unsure whether the umpire seemed to think that went off the heel of the bat, and it was definitely off his hand, and you could always tell by the way they waved their hand and flinched that it didn't hit the bottom of the bat.
Well, it didn't feel good today, but let's go back a couple weeks when we were doing our thing over at Dow Diamond. It was 35, 33 degrees out. And if you get hit by a pitch in that type of weather, that's a whole different type of sting.
Bublet's the batter for Bay City Central. Just on the outside corner, and just enough late break on that to just nip that outside corner of the plate.
Looking out left field, Jeff, some more McGregor kids sitting out on the grass out in left field. Good seat out there and a beautiful day for those kids.
Well, and when you can keep them all together, it's a whole lot easier than when you got to have that tether that's got about 50 prongs on it to try and keep them all corralled.
It takes a village.
Oh, yes.
But they're having fun. You can hear them.
Well, and again, what a beautiful day to be outside. And this could be a good bunt right down the first baseline. And there's an errant. And what a great job by Ethan Neitzel. He yelled that the ball was there, told his base runner to turn toward the first base side and return to the base, so that if once you take one step to the left, you're live. You know, you can get touched before you get back to the base.
Well, I was watching Action Jackson. He had his peepers on Coach Neitzel over there on third base. Good base running right there by Bay City Central.
So now the Central law firm of Neitzel and Neitzel are going to talk things over right now. Central's got a little something going here as Casey Paschik heads out to the mound as Action Jackson on third base. And that's just a great start to what could be a big inning for Central.
Well, and you talk about Neitzel and Neitzel, the head of that law firm is sitting right behind us.
Oh, yes.
Tammy.
I don't know if you know it, but Tammy and I go way back to Saginaw General when she used to work in the pharmacy.
I did not know that.
Yes.
My goodness.
Yeah, that was part of my great youth at Saginaw General.
Well, and I got another go-back story for us after this pitch.
Oh, nice. Oh, just missed connecting on a good off-speed pitch, Paulino Perez.
I think I coached her husband back in the Bay City All Saints days. Huh? That's a long time ago.
You know what?
A lot of connections.
Our circle of friends has very little branches. Gotta love beautiful Bay City.
Yes, you do.
Is that one right down the line is a fair ball. Extra bases. Very nice job by Billingsley in left field to hold that to a single. But Perez with that RBI single puts Central on the board, knocks the score at 1.
Nice job right there, right over the third base, Jeff, and good job by Billingsley to get it down the line, tie this game up in the bottom of the third, 1-1, and nobody out for Bay City Central.
As they're going to try and add to this big inning. And there's a nice sacrifice bunt. Great job with just enough time. And that throw went right into the batter. And now they got him winding around third base. There'll be a play at the plate. No, it's an errant play. And sitting back, Coach Neitzel says, slow down, we're on third. We're not going to run ourselves out of a big inning here.
Wow, and you know what? The pitcher for Karras slipped a little bit when he threw that ball. I was watching him, and he slipped, and he overthrew the second baseman trying to cover the base.
Well, his initial thought was to peek to third. When he saw nothing was there, he may have had to hurry the throw, and that went into the runner, making it very tough for Dezerka at first base to make that catch.
Yeah, big inning for Bay City Central. Nobody out. Scored 3 runs so far here in the bottom of the third. 1 ball, no strikes on the Central hitter. Make it 2-0.
Boy, great hitter-friendly count here at 2-0. You can put that strike zone on a postage stamp, and if it's there, you want to tattoo it. That one just on the outside third. Great job. As that's a pitch, if you're going to go at it, you can see it. You got to try and go left center with it.
Yeah, and there's a big gap out there in left center.
And ball fouled off as...
2-2
maybe
on
Kind might have been a little overzealous on a ball that I think might have been a little south of the strike zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kind is just there, and we got us a full count.
That was a kind look.
Aaron says with a 3-2 count, I'm expecting something good to swing at here. And that ball hit the second base. And again, the second baseman, Weissman, having trouble picking that ball up. And he really only had one job, because when you're playing back, you're not going to have a play at the plate. Gobble it up, get the out. So the Central inning continues with the error by Weissman at second base.
Unforced errors right now for the Pinconning area Spartans, Jeff. That was just a routine, nice hot ground ball, and Weissman just could not come up with it. 4-0, bottom of the third. 4-1 for Bay City Central.
Renke with a little tapper to the left side. Look at Brady Neitzel just over there gobbling that thing up.
Still got it.
Oh,
going back to his days of playing college baseball.
Yes, indeed. We remember him putting one into orbit at Dow Diamond when we were there doing an All Saints game, maybe just a couple of years ago. Runner back at first base.
He has done a nice job in his coaching career, Jeff.
And he's around these kids all day, and he coaches the football team, so I would say he's very excited about getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to be there for practice as well for 6, and he's there at 5:45. If you're not early, you're late, he says. So
that's exactly right.
It's nice to have them there helping to spearhead the lifting going on at Bay City Central.
Well, and watching his maturation through the years, you know, he paid his dues down at the lower levels and stuck with it. Now look at, he's out there, varsity coach here at Bay City Central, and he's done a really nice job.
Well, got that first break from football from Eric Gust over at All Saints, and then came to Bay City Central as a big country, has to go way high for that snap throw to first base. But once he got in the football program, beat out some very capable people for the baseball job, and starting to do a great job of building this program. And there's another ball down, and that's going to be extremely tough to get him at first base. As the defense from Pinconning, a little case of the dropsies here in the bottom of the third.
It's just not going Pinconning's way right now, Jeff, and there's still nobody out here in the bottom of the third with Central up 4-1 with Stokowiak, the batter, and man on first and second.
Let's see if they go small ball here. I think if you go down the first baseline with the little bunt, you put 2 ducks on the pond with 1 out. But let's see if Stokowiak can drive one out of the infield.
Yep. Good call, Coach.
Well, once in a while the blind squirrel finds a nut. And I like it. He was trying to push that down the first baseline, too, to give the infield no option but to go to first base. I think they may try it one more time, even though Dezerka is in on the edge of the grass now. But it would truly be a sacrifice bunt. You wouldn't be necessarily running to try and beat it out. Did he offer at it? Yes, he did. No balls and 2 strikes.
Whoa. Good catcher from Pinconning couldn't find the ball. Dezerka, it was right by his tootsie. He's finally found it.
Well, and it's easy for your second and first base runners to get way off the bag when there's nobody close by to cover. So you can really force their hand and see if you can get them to make an errant throw. Stokowiak with 2 strikes on him. Now he's got to put this ball in play. And a great pitch on the inside third, right inside the hands for the second out of the bottom of the third.
Yeah, that was a really nice pitcher. Castilla, the batter now, Jeff. First and second, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. And again, Bay City Central with a big inning, up 4-1.
Castilla, let's see what he's able to do now with 2 outs. Look at Big Country way back at first base. It's a ball a little low and outside. Nice job. And Castilla just sitting back waiting for his pitch. Out of the stretch. High and tight. And a nice job. And that ball would have resulted in a score. But it's nice, too, that you've got the double steal. So on the backside, once they take off, you know that play's going to go to third. You're not going to have a throw going to second base.
Yeah, that possibly could have scored. Would have been an interesting play, but I think you would have made it, Jeff. Second and third, 1 out for Castilla.
Yeah, the left fielder was definitely in too close at that point. Might have eyes. As that is a fair ball. And we're going to have runners coming now, baying on second and third. Another Central run scores. 5 in the bottom of the third. Castilla had eyes on that one, and the right fielder just stretched out and couldn't come up with it.
Shalagowski had made a great effort, but just could not come up with the catch, and scores another run for Bay City Central. 5-1 Wolves here in the bottom of the fourth.
And that ball was a tough in-between hop. And that play ends up in a RBI now with 2 down. Another run in for Bay City Central. So the merry-go-round is going well in this third inning for Bay City Central.
Yeah, big inning for Bay City Central.
Now batting number 23, Jackson Miller.
There's your boy, Action Jackson Miller.
Sitting here with a duck on the pond and 2 down here in the bottom of the third.
And the wind changed, Jeff. Wind's blowing out here at McGregor.
And that is a huge change. That's a 180-degree change in the weather. And, did not look, but west to east is where that storm was coming. And this may push some of that storm back away and make sure we stay dry through 7. Jackson Miller with a swing and a miss. Anytime after 1, there was a spotty chance of showers, and anytime after 3, it looked a little more organized.
Were you watching the weather for everybody today, my friend?
I was a busy guy in a half day at Bay City Central, but I did have time to check on it a couple of times. Oh, Miller says, oh, boy, that was a tough one. I really couldn't do a lot with it, so 1 ball and 2 strikes now here in the bottom of the third.
They'll survive without you, won't they? I mean, the building's not going to fall down.
I'm going to find
you
out
walking
on
out
Monday.
there?
Well, they had somebody to replace me, so
Well,
they may
no.
find that they do better than me and won't have me back.
Time out. There is nobody that can replace you, my friend.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
I got one thing to say. Mold breaker.
Well, and the other day we had the state Supreme Court at Bay City Central. And
I saw that.
Officer Brian Murphy and I had a great opportunity to be with 4 Bay City Department of Public Safety and 5 state police officers and 4 retired captains that were the security detail for the state Supreme Court. And it was a great day. And fortunately, from our standpoint, everything was flawless. And they commended us highly on our efforts. And what a great opportunity. Had the lower bowl full of kids that got a chance for potentially a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I saw that on the internet. Checking that out.
Nice job by Jackson Miller using his strength to hold off on that low and outside pitch.
And how about Alex Rivard with the nice stop as a catcher for Pinconning area.
That saved a run.
Sure did.
See what Jackson's got offering here at 3-2. That ball right up the middle, and that's going to be trouble. Trying to make it happen. Jackson Miller with those big, long strides down the first baseline. And another run. It's a 6-pack +1 here in the bottom of the third.
Boy, that was a big hop right over the pitcher, man.
You could not have placed that ball a whole lot better.
That thing went 10, 15 feet up in the air.
But you know what? Important that you put that ball in place with the 3-2 count. Look at Jackson Miller going all the way to third base. Big Country has to come trudging in from first base to get that ball. Unfortunately, Rivard had no idea where it was at, and he could not find it, and nobody could point it in the right direction. But good credit to DeZerka for racing in from first base.
They were trying to get him over to the backstop, Jeff. He just could not find it. So Jackson Miller does a really nice job getting to third base and getting in the scoring position with a base hit.
Just on the outside corner, Jackson Miller works at the Saginaw Civic Center for the Spirit. He is a party suite host.
Nice.
And if you're out on the boat this year, he's going to be filling your tank out at Bay Harbor. So, the young man, I would say that's a pretty special job to be able to land something like that, get some sun.
Well, I'm going to have to take my yacht out there and get it filled up with gas.
I think you and I could do a little get that thing going down the river and see if we could collect enough bottles and cans to put some petro in that thing.
The only thing we're going to be doing with a boat is
rowing it down the street.
Row your boat.
That ball is out of play and back over where the some of the kids that are over there playing are oblivious to the fact there was a foul ball in their neighborhood.
Nice opportunity for Jackson to be working with the Saginaw Spirit. That was a great organization over there.
With great All Saints leadership and Craig Goslin. There's another great hit that's almost a tweener. There's going to be a bang play at first, and that ball goes up to the fence. DeZerka is going to try and make that play at second base. Cannot make the throw in time. Blitz with a big-time base hit and an advancement again. And Casey Paschik is looking back on this inning going, boy, we need to erase this inning from our mindset.
This is Perez at the plate for Bay City Central. Coach Paschik is just saying, man, this is just frustrating inning for Pinconning area Spartans.
Well, and when you're Paulino Perez, you're in the bottom of the third, and you're up for the third time at the starting of the lineup. You know you're having a good day offensively.
Makes the score 8-1 for the Bay City Central Wolves.
2 for 2 today with 2 singles and an RBI for Central.
As he got the first RBI for Bay City Central, 2 for 2 with 2 hits. He's going for the trifecta. Boy, what a great off-speed curveball. Just freezes Paulino Perez.
Well, bringing the kids out, getting a good crowd. Maybe they should bring them out for every home game, but I don't think they'll let the kids out of school for every Central home game, do you think?
Well, here comes another 30-gallon bag full of popcorn for the kids, so I don't know if that's good. They won't be making as much noise if that happens. Paulino gets that thing up in the air to left field, and Billingsley fights the wind and comes up with the catch. It's an 8-pack, though, 8-1 after 3. Back for the top of the 4th on Bay County TV.
Your heart drives you forward. And it's your heart that drives the Covenant Center for the Heart to be on the forefront of next-generation heart treatments, like minimally invasive valve replacements and advanced procedures for AFib. For the very young and the young at heart, depend on our experts at the most preferred health system. Choose extraordinary. Choose Covenant Healthcare.
Back here on Bay County TV, Logan Taylor, the leadoff hitter for Pinconning. And, boy, that was a forgettable bottom of the 3rd inning for the Pinconning area Spartans.
That's we're going to have to put that in the rearview mirror, Jeff, and get up and get some runs here in the top of the 4th. That was one, you're right, you just definitely got to forget about that and get some hits, get some runners on base, and get yourself back in this baseball game.
Boy, Bublitz just threw a great 0-2 pitch that just came south of the strike zone. That ball down the left field line is going to fall foul in no man's land, so living for another swing.
Went into the batting cage, coupled defensive changes. Perez is the catcher now, Jeff, and Stokowiak moves out to right field for Bay City Central.
There's a souvenir. Nowhere near our vehicle,
no,
so that's all that matters. A little high and to the outside. Bublitz may have held on to that for a split second too long, and I believe the plan is to only go with Bublitz for 2 innings today. He was going to try and get 3 or 4 pitchers to all get some innings in today and not expire anybody's pitch count here in one game. Weissman, the batter, with the runner on base. Pinconning trying to edge their way back into this game, and just a touch high, apparently.
As we say, a skosh down here in the south end of Bay City.
Yes. And again, that ball hit the left field, and that has an opportunity to put runners on second and third base. So Weissman trying to look at some of those fans with the rally caps on down there to see if they could start to dent this 7-run deficit.
Well, it's a good way to start, Jeff, for the Pinconning area Spartans here with nobody out in the top of the 4th, 2nd and 3rd. So
you'll sacrifice a run for an out here as Shelagowski's up to bat. Nice to be +7 starting the 4th inning. Foul ball. That thing came right straight back and bounced off the stanchion back here. Haven't been able to use that since basketball. That thing ricocheted down to first base. You got to watch out in the on-bet circle. And that ball finds a hole up the middle. Shelagowski with a base hit. Here comes a play to the plate, and they are going to hold the runner, but great job getting that ball to second base. And that's why if you're not going to get that ball to home, you got to hit that cutoff, man, and keep that runner so you can at least attempt the double play.
Gave Shelagowski the opportunity to get to second and third, nobody out. And 1 run in for Pinconning, making the score 8-2 Bay City Central.
And, you know, Coach Pashik, I'm sure, told the kids before this half inning, we don't got to get 7 back at once. If we do, great, but just get us 2 or 3, put us back in position to tie or win this game late.
Off to a good start.
There's another foul ball that stays away from all of our vehicles.
I know, stay away from mine. I parked in the parking lot.
Did you?
I did.
You got your cardio in before you got here then.
I did.
As Bublitz trying to work out of a jam. And that play is going to be a throw to first base. Jackson Miller stretching out. And
good job not throwing out over to third base right there, Jeff, by Miller. But brings in another run for the Pinconning area Spartans, making the score 8-3 here in the top of the fourth with one out.
So Alex, now the other part of the Shelagowski clan, up to bat with another duck on the pond. Shelagowski kind of dancing off the base at third, seeing if he can have Bublitz catch him out of the corner of his eye, but he was razor focused on Paulino Perez.
That'll get a run in.
Little ball there, and you'll sacrifice another run for another out. 2 down here in the top of the fourth.
Well, it's got to make you feel a lot better after that eight-run inning for Bay City Central, Jeff. They've put up 3, so just like you said, you don't have to get it all back at once, but just put a couple runs up there, and we'll get back in this ball game.
Well, Coach Paschik has said we only missed out on 2 doubleheaders so far this year. A little bit of a slow start. They caught fire in the middle 3 doubleheaders, and the last game or 2 they haven't quite played up to their standards, but they're 6-6 on the year, so they're enjoying some success. And again, with 5 sophomores, you got a young squad. And he said, I got 3 more on the JV team that could come up and play, but he's got a good mix of upperclassmen and wants those other youngsters to get all their reps down in the JV.
Well, and good numbers on the JV squad too, Jeff. He's got 14 on the JV, 14 on the varsity, so he's feeling really good about the program.
Well, and now that he's recently retired, he's got all the time in the world.
That dude didn't look old enough to be retired.
Well, you know, he was probably like a Doogie Howser, a child prodigy when he started into the teaching profession, kind of like Michael Vincent did.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
As that ball is hit out to center field, and a nice catch out there by Kine. And that will do it for the 3.5 innings. It's 8-4. Back in a moment on BCTV.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Guasdala. Glad to have you along. Nick Page producing, directing, and filming. And let's say hi to some of our great sponsors.
All right, Jeff, Covenant Healthcare, the Bay City All Saints Booster Clubs, Frank's Great Outdoors, Village in Action Towing, Sandlot Sports, the official apparel provider of Bay County TV, and last but certainly not least, our good friends from the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame.
As the Bay City Central Wolves up 8-4, trying to make things happen here in the bottom of the fourth. Sebastian McGill up to bat for Bay City Central. 0-1 the count. Low and outside. Nice job of having a good eye at the plate for Sebastian.
Good job by the Spartans, Jeff, picking up 3 runs in the top of the 4th inning to get themselves closer back in this game, down 8-4.
Anytime you're within 4, you're back in the game.
Yeah. Yep.
And so, again, I think Casey's got to be pleased. After that bad inning, they responded with 3. It was a great job of staying off that. That thing was right down the middle of the plate until it got the last 15 feet, and then it dove to the outside. And tough for kids, especially on a day like today, to pick up that spin. McGill says, I'll take a free pass.
Take a freebie. McGill takes the base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th.
Number 4, Aaron Kine.
Just want to mention we also picked up another Hall of Famer. Bay County Sports Hall of Famer is in the booth tonight. Right behind you.
Mr. Lee.
Lee Thompson. M Live.
Man, you got a trifecta of Hall of Famers, and we're working on making you number 4, Coach.
I don't think you can work that hard and have that much time, brother. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Well, you certainly have done it over a long period of time, and you are more than deserving.
21 years this year. Hard to believe.
It's all been fun.
It has been.
Bay City Central trying to get out in front.
Good call.
There's a nice pitch, so Bay City Central trying to make it happen. Kind trying to make things roll. And that ball comes back again. The catcher really struggling to find things, and now as he comes back, they're not even going to have a play at third base, and great jump. So,
yeah, first
and you know,
third.
McGill says we're only playing one today, so why would we want our unis clean? We got to go home and have Mama work on the Tide stick with these unis so we can keep them white. And there is a throw out or hit out to Kowalczyk, and that play will be coming into the plate. And great job of a sacrifice fly. Giving yourself up to make sure that run crosses.
Really nice hitting right there by Bay City Central, bringing the run in, making the score 9-4. Wolves with one out here in the bottom of the 4th.
Renke, the hitter. He's like, man, there's no ducks on the pond, and that ball didn't break, and it went behind me instead of front of me. Don't bail out on that. You're going to get clunked. We used to there was a game when we were young called Kerplunk.
I remember.
Oh, yes. And that was quite.
Boy, you are old.
Yeah, well, it just popped in, so 60 years ago that part still works good.
There ain't a soul up in this press box except you and I that remember that game. I'm telling you that right now.
Another pitch low is the pitcher Carius is thrown quite a few pitches, so don't know that this might be his last inning. Have not kept count of the pitch count, but he's thrown quite a few.
3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Wolves picked up another run, making it 9-4 over the visiting Spartans of Pinconning.
Boy.
Another lace to center field, Jeff.
What a great swing, and credit Kowalczyk over there for cutting that off. That was headed up the gap. That on a lot of days could have been extra bases.
He came a long ways to get that ball.
Well, his dad's been a runner for years, so why wouldn't son have the wheels?
Dad's in the house today.
Superintendent Andy Kowalczyk able to slide away as that ball hit up the middle. They're going to have an opportunity at second. Drop the ball. And everybody's safe.
Safe at first, Renke safe at second.
Wow. That was, as they say, Jeff Taylor made. And
it wasn't hit hard. At least one easy sure out should have happened there, yes.
One for sure, too, if you can, is what you say.
Tiny bubbles. I'm not singing it. I just saw the kids. Kids must have bubbles going out there. They pulled out the stops at McGregor Elementary. Oh, yes. I was ready to go, but I decided I'd spare the folk.
Makes me happy.
And it makes me feel fine. Central with 2 ducks on the pond, and now how did that not hit him?
Wow.
He just kind of turned away, and I don't know, that might have gone in the 5-hole when he spun sideways. The catcher making a great play to keep the runners from advancing. And that ball to the outside. Both of them are going to take off for third. And both advance on that pass ball.
Yeah, it has been just a couple tough innings here on the field for the Pinconning area Spartans, Jeff. Really uncharacteristic of what we normally see out of Pinconning.
What a great job of hitting. Will at least score 1 run. And now the errant throw comes out, and those are the kind of things that will frustrate you as a coach.
Yeah.
As that ball came in from Sheligowski, and it went past the cutoff man, and allowed Bay City Central to advance. Stakowiak was smart to stay at third, still less than 2 outs.
And Castilla did a nice job, too, getting down to second base on the overthrow, Jeff. So runners in scoring position with 1 out. 10-4.
That's just going to be a no man's land again, and I think that it's going to be able to be picked up by Sheligowski, and no opportunity to advance it. And I think the wind pushed that out to Sheligowski in right field. I think that thing really would have had eyes on a normal day and dropped for a base hit.
Yeah, a couple innings ago, if that wind would have been blowing in, that would have been a tough catch. But 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th, Bay City Central 10, and the Pinconning area Spartans 4.
Nice job by the base runners, though, to not get caught off base. And Jackson Miller with a high foul fly down the first baseline. And again, you can hear the sound of children as they are just having a great time here. It's Kids Day from McGregor Elementary, and a great idea for a matinee game.
So you're saying the McGregor Mustangs are in the house?
They are in full force, and they all look and sound sad to not be in the classroom, but I think they're trying to make the best of it.
I think they're doing okay.
0-2 count on Miller. And that one goes back. Stakowiak is going to head to the plate. And, boy, that's another tough one. You're going to have Coach Paschik is over there doing the lurch with the head back and forth. Oh, just very uncharacteristic of this club to be making this many mistakes.
Yeah, and, you just, as a coach, sometimes it's one of those games that happens. We've all had them.
And that will be the 3rd out of the inning, so
whoa.
Central with 3 after the top of the inning rendered 3, and it's 11-4. And we'll be back in a moment on BCTV.
Village Towing and Auto Repair of Kaukaulin and Bay City is here to help you in your hour of need with fast and friendly service. With over 30 years of towing experience, we know how to get the job done quickly and safely. From big to small, we do it all. Give us a call at 989-684-9607 for all your towing needs.
Back here on Bay County TV, Ryan Kowalczyk to lead off the top of the 5th. As that ball just a little bit high, but we've seen a couple of pitchers that have really been able to snap that curveball in this game.
Tough inning again for Pinconning, Jeff. They were 8-4. Now it's 11-4, and a little bit of more of an uphill grind for Pinconning area.
And Bublitz just on the outside part of the plate, almost certain with 3-0 that you're going to take here, but you would have thought that Kowalczyk was drooling on that pitch at 2-0, thinking he was for sure going to get a strike. Bublitz comes back with one right down the middle, making the count 3-1.
Little tidbit of information on Ryan, Jeff. He was 100.9 FM, the Loon Station. He was their Scholar Athlete of the Week for the week. So congratulations to him. He's got a bright future. I think it's mechanical engineering or electrical engineering, one of the two. And if I'm not mistaken, he's going to Kettering University.
Oh, way better to go to Kettering than way up to Houghton, where winter is about 11 months out of the year.
He had your GPA, if I'm not mistaken, was a 4.1.
Oh, yeah. I think mine was a 1.4. You're dyslexic.
Every year.
What a great opportunity, though, and especially if you can get into Kettering, and you got an hour drive versus 9. That ball trickled down the first baseline. Jackson Miller gobbles it up. Foul ball.
Big fella for the Pinconning area Spartans, Cole DeZerka, the senior. First baseman. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out for Pinconning here in the top of the 5th.
That ball coming just back over the screen. And it is a souvenir. Had Corey yell, you'd get a free bag of popcorn for that, Michael. Good hands. Hey, everybody's waving at us up here. Hi.
There must be a free bag of popcorn. There's 20 of them down there.
There's Dzirka, and he charges one. And that is going to go all the way to the fence. And Kine is going to gobble that up, and they get the ball quickly back into the infield. Runners on second and third. The ball gets away, and those are the kind of errors, too, that'll drive a coach nuts.
Boy, that was poked by
Look at
Dzirka.
old Walter Mulligan here.
Yep, Balka's in the house.
Long-time Pinconning area Spartan. Now he is a McGregor Mustang.
Yes. Yes.
So he's more than happy to come out, and now an assistant coach at Bay City Central as well. So,
and nice talk with him at the Y a few weeks back.
Well, truly great guy.
Yes.
That ball is foul and going to be out of play. Back over by the batting cages.
You can see how well that ball carried with that wind change, Jeff, blowing right out to right center field. That took a ride.
Well, and that ball going down near the left field line right now, you can't give up on that the way the wind is blowing it back. So Bublitz trying to strand a runner at third base. And that ball's going to be fouled, just fouled.
Ooh, not by much.
Casey looked and he's like, yeah, I know it was foul, but oh.
He was just checking to make sure.
That thing was just a half a hop away from going over the bag. Mike, why don't you thank some of our
All
great
right, couple
sponsors?
more times. Covenant Healthcare, Bay City All Saints Booster Club, Frank's Great Outdoors, Bay County Sports Hall of Fame, Village and Action Towing, Sandlot Sports, the official apparel provider of Bay County TV. And again, got a great group this year, and we're working on next year for 26-27.
Already got some great commitments, and Bublitz snaps off a great Charlie there, and
nice pitch.
That shuts down the first batter out of the inning.
Coach Neitzel's going to go out to the mound. Looks like we might have some changes.
Next up for the Spartans will be number 28, Logan Taylor.
So that's why we've got Coach Ayala up here and Coach Garcia. Coach Garcia, a little chip off the old block with father taking the reins here for many, many years at B Central, Gibb. And it was nice to see Gibb down on the sideline last week at the spring game in Ann Arbor. And he's got one of the best jobs in the building down there. He runs the replay for football. And so he's down there rubbing elbows with all the big cahoots every weekend down in Ann Arbor. He sends pictures of all the great folk as the pitching change for Detroit.
Ranky is the new pitcher for Bay City Central.
Right. 2 1/3 innings, struck out 1, allowed 3 hits, and scattered 4 runs.
Yeah, we'll see. Brady's coming over from third base, so we'll see who goes to third base.
Once again, very special thanks to the McGregor Elementary students for joining us at the fields today.
McGregor, the kids, and they look like a good portion of the student body over there has been able to come and enjoy, and they got a free bag of popcorn and of water, and so they're eating, drinking, and being merry.
Some of them are heading back, getting ready for dismissal.
Yeah. It's a little early for dismissal. They got another hour yet, but it'll be nice to see if Ranky looks like he offers a lot more of the off-speed offering, so let's see if Bublitz sped up that bat.
Sounds like Bublitz is at second base.
As the defensive adjustments have happened, and we are back to the action here as Bay City Central trying to hold on to this lead as skies are overcast, but our chief meteorologist, Nick Page, just said we will stay dry until the end of the game. Of course, we're in the press box. We're going to be dry.
I lied. It's sprinkling right now.
It is sprinkling. Chief meteorologist is not going to be keeping his job too long. His first pitch offering is raked into left center field. Taylor gets an RBI single. And Dzirka comes in to score as this has just turned into a real back-and-forth action.
A little bit of a shower coming down right now, Jeff. McGill moved to third base. Bublitz moves to second. And Ranky is the new pitcher for Bay City Central.
So that wind shift has really changed everything, and I think there's a lot of people that are out here right now that think they're going to melt. They're all heading for shelter.
It's coming down a little bit harder, but I'm glad the wind is coming out of the north, because if it was coming out of the south, it'd be right in our kisser.
That would be a wet one. Ranky just with that great high off-speed pitch, and it's getting a little more steady by the moment. So some of the fans were prepared, thinking, yep, I might need an umbrella. The other ones are scrambling to get underneath, as that was a pass ball after the swing and miss. And now the next task is going to be trying to keep that ball dry. Because every time it hits the field now, it's going to get wet.
Slowing down.
Might have been one of those 3-minute think you're in Florida showers. Ranky just missed high with that one. As Weissman might look forward to the fact he's got another swing here. Boy, just really tough.
Pulled the string there, didn't he?
Changed the speed and the timing on that pitch.
2 down for the Spartans. Now at the plate, number 6, Colton
Spartans picked up a couple runs here, Jeff, in the top of the 5th, making the score BCT Central 11, Spartans 6. It's his pitch right there.
Colton Shelagowski is up for his maybe 4th opportunity in this game, too, as both teams have had a lot of opportunities to get people to the plate. As boy, he times that thing and goes with the outside third, and he's going to be on his way to second base, where he's going to pull in with a stand-up double. And, Mike, we've gotten just enough rain that the dust is gone from the infield right now. That people aren't throwing dust balls when they're rounding the bases.
No, that's surprising that how dusty it was with all the rain we had, Jeff. But another run for Pinconning area, and you said 4 is 11-7 now. So here come the Spartans, kind of get back into this baseball game.
Well, every time Central gets what they feel is a comfortable lead, Pinconning ends up trying to come back. A little high and tight on that first offering. Ranky says, if I can keep that ball dry, I might be able to get that thing over the plate. As the rain is just about ended here. Ranky really taking his time, and it's a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out here in the
by Rivard.
Top of the 5th.
But they're doing what they can to keep that runner close at second.
Seeing eye.
And that thing is going to be a long throw, and Jackson Miller just stretches out to make that play at first.
Nice play by Jackson Miller right there to scoop that ball, Jeff. Saved a run.
Well, plus you had a great job by Castilla, because he went to fake at second base, had to come all the way back and backhand that and throw it across. So great job by Central to get out of that inning, and we'll be back in a moment with the bottom of the 5th on BCTV.
Your husband is having a heart attack. The ambulance crew asks,
"Which hospital?"
Before you answer, consider this. Covenant Healthcare is the region's most preferred hospital for both emergency and heart care. With an expert team of board-certified cardiologists and the Great Lakes Bay region's first and largest structural heart disease program.
Take us to Covenant.
Good answer.
Back here on Bay County TV as Carter Bublitz is going to try and answer the answer to the answer of the answer here, as these last couple innings have been a merry-go-round on the base paths.
If you like high-scoring baseball games.
What do we got?
Lightning.
Did we get him?
Once again, Central fans want to invite everyone back to McGregor Fields this coming Wednesday. The Wolves take on the Heritage Hawks right here. Hope you can join
I
us
think
at
they
4
heard.
p.m.
I think they saw lightning.
I think it was a semi going down a bumpy street in Bay City. Play ball. I know there aren't any bumpy streets in beautiful Bay City, so we're going to get confirmation on this. And he actually is pulling out his phone right now, so he may have had to confirm on his phone that there was some lightning. So we're going to take a break, hoping it's not too lengthy of a break, and we'll be back hopefully in a few on BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood, or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
All right, welcome back on Bay County TV. We have got Layton and Hunter down there. They came up and got some autographs for the baseballs. They're from McGregor. Welcome to the big matinee game today at Bay City Central, and Pinconning will be back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Are you ready to gear up and stand out? Look no further than Sandlot, your local source for team uniforms, sports spirit wear, and more. Gear up with confidence. We've got your team covered from head to toe, ensuring you stand out on and off the field. And that's not all. Unleash your team spirit with custom spirit wear that roars success. Wait, it gets better. Introducing our free fundraising online stores. Effortlessly raise funds for your team while showing your pride. Customize your fundraising to reach your team goals. Get started online at sandlotsports301.com or at any one of our 3 convenient Great Lakes Bay locations. Sandlot, where quality, community, and apparel collide. Your team, our passion.
Back here on Bay County TV, Carter Bublitz up to bat. He had a 1-0 strike when the sound of lightning, or the sight of and sound of the thunder, shut this game down for a half hour. And looks like we only have a small window of opportunity to get the rest of this in, as Choo Choo Charlie is going by right now and got to give an extra fit, just because he can.
I was wondering what you were going to call that, Trey. I didn't. So now I know.
And you know, when the pitcher's snapping Charlie, this is Choo Choo Charlie out there because he's going around the curve, Gwiz. Come on.
And you wonder.
I just thought of it. I thought I'd share it. It wasn't pre-planned.
30 years I've been putting up with this, folks.
We are truly blessed.
And guess what? It's going to make 31 next year.
Yeah, we're
ready for it.
Excited about being back
we
again.
Are.
You talked earlier. We have some sponsors on board for next year already, and that thing just on the outside corner, and
he's ready to toss the aluminum, wasn't he?
Well, and I think the good thing is the strike zone may have expanded a little bit, but it'll be consistent.
Yep.
They want to try and get this game in too. Little dribbler down the first baseline foul. Ooh, did you see old Coach out there?
Looks like he was turning a double play there.
Scooped that up like he was still back in his playing days and threw a strike back out to the pitcher. Another one. People flinching at the backstop. Good to know that they have got that extrasensory perception. As you see those YouTube videos where it looks like nothing, and the next thing you know, there's a ball coming from nowhere. It looks like it's going to take your face out. You got to flinch.
Next up, number 8, Paulino Perez.
Paulino Perez is up for the 4th time in 5 innings. That's pretty much unheard of. Oh, he just eats on that first pitch, but it got up in the wind, and it's dancing center field. Or love the way that Ryan Kowalczyk takes charge out there and gobbles it up.
It's his call. He has the first right of refusal, but always the center fielder has the first call.
Like to see him taking charge out there with that, though. Wind up in the pitch. It's on the outside.
Bring people up to speed, Jeff. Bay City Central 11, Pinconning 7 here in the bottom of the 5th at a really fun game today we've had here at the McGregor Field. The elementary kids from McGregor were here, and they're getting out of the building right now, ready to go home for the day, but they had a lot of fun with some free popcorn, some water, and some autographs. They even came up and got our autographs.
Well, all 3 of the Bay County Sports Hall of Famers.
That's worth
the best color commentator in the biz.
I'll tell you what, if I see that ball at a rummage sale, it's going to be worth about $100K with your 3 names on it.
Absolutely, and I think that might be a steal. With your name on it, too, going to be soon to be the 4th one for the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame.
Well, you must know something I don't.
I do. I heard a little inkling in the wind.
I don't believe it.
That bitch right up around the letters as Bay City Central Sebastian McGill says, I'm going to take a little step out right now. I'm trying to redefine this zone. This is a post-break strike zone, and it has been consistent. That one's straight up in the air. That one looks like it'll be in play. Wind takes it just a little
nice
bit.
Job. Nice job by Rivard.
Yeah, he fought that thing the whole way, and that ball the last 20 feet coming down really came back to the field, but he adjusted well. So now with 2 down and a runner on first, Aaron Kine, the batter for Bay City Central. See if they end up getting anybody in motion here with 2 outs. Kine puts that thing out in left field, and that thing is going to be caught with a diving grab as the wind played havoc with that. And Billingsley with a big-time grab, and that shuts down the Wolves in the 5th. It's 11-7 after 5. Back for the top of the 6th in a moment on BCTV.
Founded in 1991, the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame is dedicated to celebrating and preserving the history of sports in Bay County. From individual awards to entire teams, we strive to induct the best of sportsmanship and outstanding achievement at the high school, collegiate, and professional levels. We also recognize our President Awards winner yearly, which honors an individual who gives their time to benefit the local sports community here in Bay County. As of 2025, the Hall of Fame has inducted 263 individuals, 70 teams, and has awarded $149,000 in scholarships to local student athletes. Join us in November for our annual induction banquet honoring our latest class of Hall of Fame inductees. Visit our website at baycountysportshof.com and like us on Facebook to keep up to date on all things Bay County Sports Hall of Fame.
Back here on Bay County TV as Ranke starts that top of the 6th, and Shalagowski will be up to bat for the Pinconning area Spartans. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala, glad to have you along. Nick Page producing, directing, and filming tonight. The golden voice of Michael Vincent next to us, and the golden tablet, another Bay County Sports Hall of Famer, Lee Thompson behind us. So we are stacked, packed, and we got Mama Neitzel up here.
Wow,
the leader of the Neitzel clan.
There you go.
Playing the music, and it's stuff we actually can recognize. Gwiz, we're loving it.
We can actually sing along to some of this stuff today.
That ball is fouled and then going back fair, so killed by the home plate umpire.
Last 2 pitches, the catcher got the last one, and the umpire got hit off the one before that, Jeff. So
they know the equipment's
good.
Couple
of tough cookies behind the plate.
That ball is up, and this looks like it has got an opportunity to just hang up long enough for Kine to get out there and pick that off. And again, the wind kind of pushed that out to Kine in center field.
180-degree turn from the start of this game. Shalagowski up for Pinconning area.
Number 10, Blake Carius.
Excuse me, Carius up for Pinconning. Shalagowski made the last out.
Carius with a pretty looking bat there. That thing is looking like a Skittles out there. The rainbow flavors on that bat. You don't have to worry about which bat's yours when you're pulling it out of the bag with 10 other bats.
No. Kind of like some of those softball bats. Those pink things looked like they were hitting with a big load of cotton candy.
And we saw pink bats. We saw pink gloves. We were seeing it all last week over at Garber with the All Saints game. Or no, that was Bay City Central.
Bay City Central, yep.
They all run together. And Jackson Miller had that thing whistle by in a hurry.
That was close.
Ball just foul.
Our first base umpire down there, he was on his toes.
Yes, indeed. That's where you got to be positioned, just at the outside of that line.
You looked like you at T.O. Handy Wildcat Prom doing the hustle down there.
With the platform shoes
That's
on.
right.
Yes, back when it used to slide around on that floor. Elephant pants, and there you go. Platform shoes. We are ready to go here with the next pitch. That's such a nice job by Ranke that time to pull the spring on that 2-0.
Yeah, that was a really nice pitch by Ranke. That'll make it 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Again, Pinconning got themselves back in it with down 11-7 to Bay City Central.
Let's see what they might do before Central hopes is their last at bat. There's another souvenir close by. You could just see as that thing hit up there, it may have taken just a chunk of the roofing tiles off. So we'll have to watch and see. That's right over Nick Page. If it starts raining, there could be a hole there. Ball just a little bit high as Ranke has a 1-1 count here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. And there again, that's that high strike, and Paulino Perez doing a great job, as you just said, framing it. 2 down, Ranke trying to get out of this inning. And that ball hit off the end of the bat, but just carrying. And up that Aaron Kine gobbles it up in center field. We've played 5.5. It's 11-7 Central on top. Back in a moment for the bottom of the 6th on BCTV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Brady Ranke leading off the bottom of the 6th for Bay City Central. As Brady and Ethan Neitzel continue to patrol and peruse the base paths. As that first pitch goes back to the backstop. And Wyatt Stakowiak says, I'll have just a little quick jog
saunter over
and little sachet. I think Grandpa said something to him. He turned around with a smile on his face, and that is a plunked hitter. Central will take a lead off at first base no matter what the situation.
So Cole DeZerka is over at third base. Max Whelan is at first base. Logan Taylor moves out to right field for the Spartan, and Alex Sheligowski comes in from right and is the new pitcher for the Pinconning area Spartans.
That's what we call wholesale changes for the Coach Paschik-led Pinconning area Spartans. Wyatt Stakowiak seeing if he can get a Central rally rolling here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Had a great sacrifice bunt early in the game to go with a base hit. Low and outside. It's nice to have that great patience. You know, sometimes you think that first pitch is going to be juicy and you've committed to swinging at it before you really get a chance to get a good peek at it. Another one to the outside, and that is going to allow the advancement of the base runner. And, you know, a lot of times you go, why don't they steal at second base? Because you read the eyes and the body language of the second baseman, and if their eyes aren't lighting up and their glove's not going to pick it up, it ain't coming.
Yeah, it's not coming down there. And you're always looking at your third base coach, too.
Oh, what a great pitch.
Yeah, pulled the string on that one.
On 2-0 to make it 2-1. Stakowiak was looking for some cheese there, and he got a Charlie. Why
Is
couldn't I
that a
hit
choo-choo,
it?
Charlie?
They both start with C. And way outside again as Shelagowski really starting to try and rely on that. And I think you got to be very selective here if you're Bay City Central. Make sure Shelagowski throws you a strike.
3-1 count.
And that ball right on the inside pitch. What a perfect throw for Shelagowski. Right in on the hands. Really not much you can do with it.
One of the Pinconning faithfuls called that before it even hit the catcher's mitt.
Trying to assist the official. Full count. And that thing whistles right behind the ear. And don't look now, but Central with their first 2 runners of the bottom of the 6th.
Nobody
on
out.
Base.
Yeah, nobody out too, Jeff. And getting a couple runs here would be big for Bay City Central here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yep, Castilla up with 2 ducks on the pond. He charges after the first. What do we got here? What do we got here? And it is dropped, and now you almost have to go with a play there, and they're throwing the ball around. And great job by the umpire. I was waiting for the infield fly, but it was not a routine pop fly, as the center fielder actually had the best chance to get it. So great patience that time by the base umpire to not call that infield fly too early.
Couple Texas Leaguers tonight, Jeff, for both squads scoring some run, and that makes it bases loaded with nobody out. And Bay City Central at the plate. Did not see who the batter was. That looks like number 11 for Bay City Central.
Castilla's at first base. I think Sawinski up to bat right now for Central. And they're going to try and get the force out at the plate. There's a bad throw. And the bases remain full as Sawinski put it in play. I didn't know it was Trevor until I saw Mom with her video out. The video, the at-bat, that kind of gave it away.
Saw her walking by down there, too. So Central picked a big run.
Bay County Sports Hall of Famer from the class of 94 volleyball team.
Yes.
So we're just surrounded by a plethora of Bay County Sports Hall of Famers.
Not surprised.
Jackson Miller.
So Jackson Miller's thinking right now, I just want to elevate something and get another run in. If I can drive it someplace, great, but just get it out of the infield. With the infield pulled in, you're going to have a great opportunity to hit something hard and find a hole.
See a little bit of a gap between out there in right center, Jeff. You get it out there, it's going to go a ways.
Shelagowski on that first pitch did a nice job of jamming Miller. Now he comes outside. Miller kind of was leaning to that thing be to inside. Now 0-2, and you just got to protect it here.
Be a little selective.
If it's even close, you better be whacking at it. And he takes a thumper. You better look right now. There could be a dent in that ball hitting that big dude.
And brings in another one for the Wolves.
So, trying to throw an off-speed curveball that just got away. And
Next up, number 2, Carter Bublet.
As Bublet says, I get an opportunity now with the bases juiced.
And nobody out.
And there's a couple of big runs already scored for Central, giving them a 6-run cushion. What a great job that time by Rivard behind the plate to save another run.
That was there's a lot of room between home plate and the backstop here at Bay City Central's field here at McGregor.
And there's another one, and that is going to be at first base. Again, wasn't perfectly by Wiseman. Wasn't picked up clean, so he took the sure out, and Central with another run in the game.
Third and one away.
They've scored 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points here in this game.
Well, Perez up for Bay City Central.
Time, maybe?
Yeah, I think you're probably right. 14. We got a football score. Bay City Central 14, Pinconning 7.
And that's what you want to do. And that thing found an alley, and they're off and running around the bases. Paulino is at second. He wants to go to third, and he's going to get dirty, heading in with a head-first slide on a bases-clearing trifecta.
Long ball to right center field, just where we told him to hit it there, Jeff, and that's where Perez hit it. And that was a long one, cleared the bases, 16-7 for the Wolves.
And Casey Paschik is coming out. If Central gets this running from third base, the party's over. So it's 16. Oh, yeah. So just one more run needed. We're going to take a quick break and be back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Here is where the next generation is born. But we're also the birthplace of innovation, advanced treatments, second chances, and hope. At Covenant Healthcare, we're the most preferred health system because of the trust we have built across generations. And our leadership continues with the next generation. Choose extraordinary. Choose Covenant Healthcare.
Back here on Bay County TV, the winning run for a mercy rule is on third, so the next two batters are going to get a free pass so that they've got a force out or an opportunity for a double play with one out here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Nice strategic move by Casey Patch.
Yeah.
One he didn't want to have to make, but it was a good move.
16-7, one out. Bottom of the sixth, 5 runs in so far for Bay City Central.
And that ball coming behind the plate. We're going to have a play at the plate. And that will end the ball game. I believe Bay City Central gets to walk it off here as a great 17-7 win for Bay City Central. We'll be back to put the wraps on this one in a moment on Bay County TV.
High school sports are meant to be fun.
We love to represent our school.
And we care about our sports.
We know you do too.
And because we all care, it can sometimes get intense.
So let's make the experience more fun for everyone.
We know it's easy to react and shout during games.
But we all make mistakes.
The game is more enjoyable when we hear positive cheering.
Referees are human. Respect their decisions. They aren't perfect.
When you feel like yelling, remember that you represent our school.
We want to win, but just remember to keep the energy positive towards all.
During the season, we spend a lot of time with our coaches. They have a tough job.
Please accept their decisions.
And be thankful for all the time they devoted to making us better.
Thank you for coming to our games and always supporting us.
We couldn't do this without you.
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 Back with the Bay City All Saints Booster Club post-game wrap-up here on Bay County TV. We saw a lot of runs scored, especially that middle 3 innings. It was, I'm going to take a big lead, I'm going to chip into it. It went back and forth.
Well, yeah, Jeff and Pinconning would get within 4, 11 and 7, 10-6, 11-7. And they tried to, get themselves back into this game, but you're right, it just went back and forth, and Bay City Central came out with a football win, 17-7.
When you look at this game right now, Central hit the ball extremely well today, but they took advantage of the mishaps that Pinconning had on defense.
Yeah, and if you talk to Coach Pashik about what was going on defense for the Pinconning Air Spartans, they kind of threw the ball around a lot today. Uncharacteristic of a team that's coached by Coach Pashik. They had some errors, they dropped some balls, but, the win had a little bit to say about that, but Bay City Central ran the bases well and took advantage of those mishaps.
Well, you remember way back to the pregame show, we said they've cut down on the mistakes. They're starting to hit the ball better. You can really see the foundation starting to form with this team as they gather steam at the right time of the year.
I think they did a great job running the bases. They played a little bit of small ball when they had to. They had the long ball there towards the end of the game. So I think they got a nice balance going on. They got the senior leadership with the youth showing those kids what to do. So I think this is a good sign for Coach Neitzel and the Bay City Central Wolves.
Well, somebody that's smiling is Paulino Perez. He got 6 at-bats today in a 6-inning game. He's like, Lord have mercy, I can get used to this, including that huge bases-clearing triple.
Yeah, and you go 3 for 6, you're batting 500. So that's, and he took advantage of his opportunities. We had that little weather delay. Didn't really slow the Bay City Central Wolves down, so they come out winning 17-7 and headed in the right direction. I sit right now here at the end of the season.
Well, Coach, it's always a pleasure to sit by your side. It was another great game, and congratulations to Bay City Central with 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points, and a field goal to win this game 17-7. That about puts the wraps on our Covenant Healthcare sponsored. No, we're in the post game. We're doing the Bay City All Saints Cougar post game show. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.
See you soon.